Sorry, everyone, I pulled the wrong screen. Let me try one more time. Well, presents. Okay, everyone, so we're going to go ahead and get started. This is the nuts and bolts presentation. My name is Heather Summers, and I am the Middle School Science Teacher Support Specialist. And I am here presenting today with Andrea Quintana. Andrea, would you like to introduce yourself?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Andrea Quintana. I am an elementary ELA teacher support specialist.
And so we're going to go through a couple of things today. Just a quick welcome. I'm going to give you access to this slide deck. And then we're going to go through Classlink, as well as some good websites for you guys to bookmark in your spots that you're going to save your information on, and then some ideas for professional learning. We did introductions, but our emails were on there as well. I went ahead and did a bit.ly for this slide deck. This is a nice way to share information with your students if you want something specific and you're not using Google Classroom, to make a bit.ly from a long URL. So if you will include that in your notes, you can download this presentation, because I did a bunch of screenshots for places to find information, but I'm going to go through this more live rather than going through these slides. One way that you can keep notes is through your Google Keep. So it is in your upper right-hand corner on your Google Docs or Google Suites. And it will allow you to make notes directly into a saved copy of the PowerPoint that are for you and you alone. So the first part that we're going to look at is Classlink. So if you go to my.aps.edu, it will take you to our Classlink platform. And our Classlink platform has lots of information embedded on it. So I'm going to shift over to that tab. When you open it, know that all of these resources on this slide deck are included on here, so that when you do get access through your APS email address, you'll have all of these saved as you go through. But I'm going to show you a live view of what this looks like. For the people who do have access, you can follow along. Otherwise, you can just see what my screen looks like in my Classlink. So on my Classlink, you can see an assortment of resources that are available to you here. So your APS website, and then some folders. So the first one I want to go through is this employee resource folder. There is tons of information that's in here so that you can navigate your way through APS. We understand this is a big district, and we try to make this as concise as possible. But there are lots of resources embedded within this Classlink page. So APS EdTech, as is lovingly known, is the keeper of all things technological in our district. If you need a training for Google Classroom or Flipgrid, all of those options are available through EdTech or in a collaboration with EdTech and Curriculum and Instruction. So that's a nice website to go to. In the slide deck, you also have their option bar up at the top to see what all of their options are, right? So if you click on this, it will take you directly to what the EdTech website looks like. Right, and across the top of this bar, should be coming up, is all of the resources that they have available for them. When we come back to the Employee Resources tab, You'll see as we go through, there are a couple of more options that are available on here. So the first one is EdTech, but then we have the intranet. This is a place where you can access the things that are behind the APS firewall, even if you're not on school site. So if you need something from the intranet, this is a place where you can get that. Employee Wellness has all of the options for our health and wellness for the teacher's perspective, and they'll send out flyers as well if you request them. Lawson is something that you have to do directly at your school site. You have to be on an APS site in order to access Lawson, but Lawson is where you go in to put your absences or requests for time off. Power Schools, which is where you would have logged on here if you had access. But if you click on the Power Schools, there's a couple of different ways that I want to show you that you could find professional development. The nice thing about Classlink is everything is on a one login. So it's one-click login. So all of these sites you can access through your APS email address and credentials. But the credentials fix it here. So it'll just go directly into through your Classlink login, right? So you should not have to log in again. When we get to the Power Schools welcome screen, you have a bunch of options. I know that some people were asking about that transcript or certificate of completion. This is where you can find that option. But one of the easiest ways to find classes that you want to take or professional learning that you want to participate in is if you go to the Courses tab and then go to the Advanced Calendar. It's in if you have a certain day that you can do things on, rather than having to search through based on topic. You can look at just directly at days, which maybe it's going to open for me. I think there it goes. So when you look at the courses that are available, you can do it by search, or you can do it by things that are required. But you can also look at the specific days and times that you have available to take classes through this advanced search, if that makes sense. See how quickly that one loads. Okay, so that is included on the slide deck as well, if you want a screenshot of what that looks like. So this is where you can put in a specific day or time that you'd like to look at. The next app that's available through this employee resources is Safe Schools. Safe Schools is where you go through all of the mandatory trainings that you have to do. There are quite a few of them. My advice is to just get them over with, because eventually you do have to take them. Teacher Learning Network is what all of us are working for with the curriculum and instruction. And so this will have access to professional learning as well as any resources that we have available for you, K through 12, all content areas, and SEL and CLR resources as well. The other one that is nice on here is the PED Canvas login. If you have to do any specific PED trainings, that would be the login that you are going to go to. So now I'm going to close this one and look at the rest of these resources. Right, so as you see on here, there are a couple of other folders. So the APS libraries, this is the access to what the librarians would see, what you'd be able to pull. So content specific and like encyclopedia options that you could assign to your students. STC is all of the assessments, the high stakes assessments that we do in schools. Student resources. You can add things directly into the student resources tab if you would like to. Then we have social studies, science, math, ELA resources, as well as Google resources. So this is a place where you can get your Google Classroom, your Google Chats, all of your Google Meets. This is a place where you can go through, or you can also go through the waffle that's up at the top of your screen. The last one that I want to look at is this APS resources. This has a place where you can do your Gmail, a place where you can do Synergy, which is all things grade book and attendance necessary for APS. And then this APS internal visualization is the SAPR website that you can pull all of your data from. So if you're looking for your iReady data from your students and how your school compares with other schools, all of this is embedded within your SAPR links. So it may be a fun site to play around with if you are one of those data-minded types of people. Okay, I know that was fast and furious for Classlink. All of these are included on your slide deck, which I am sharing with you again now. So I'm going to scroll through here and skip over all of these. Please let us know if you have any questions on this. You can drop them directly into the chat or raise your hand right now and I can do my best to answer them. Otherwise, I am going to turn this over to Andrea to talk about websites.
Good morning. So Heather was fast and furious with Classlink. And what I determined yesterday was instead of giving you a whole bunch more websites, I would turn your attention to how Classlink will work for you and how you can add to Classlink, and I'm calling it Classlink It, so that that can be your one-stop shop. The best thing about Classlink that Heather didn't talk about was that you can customize it to make it your very own and add in any resources or websites to this so that this can be kind of your one-stop shop. So on the slide here, you can see my Classlink dashboard. On the top, there is a blue plus button in a circle. That blue plus button allows you to add in any additional outside resource website that you might want. So rather than bookmarking it and then it getting lost within all of your bookmarks, you can click on that little blue plus button and add in your own websites that you typically use. So the EdTech website is already here. The TLN website is already here for you. All of the APS websites are here. But by clicking that blue plus button, if you use an outside resource, you can add that icon right here to this dashboard for you so that all of your teaching tools are accessible here within Classlink. You can also get rid of some of these tools if they aren't useful for you so that you can clear the way to the things that are most meaningful for you. And if you look at my dashboard, it looks a little bit different than Heather's because I am elementary and she is secondary. So I have websites and icons here that are more specific to me. And I encourage you to really use Classlink as your tool. It can be the thing that you go to find all your websites in one click of a button. The pencil icon that's right below that blue plus allows you to edit and change your background. So you can color code things, add in folders, categorize things in a way that's meaningful for you. You can edit and change this up to make it most useful for you. So rather than taking you to a bunch of websites that I feel are useful, I'm encouraging you to go through the employee resources that are here because that's going to be the easiest and fastest way for you to be able to access them and really utilize Classlink as the one-stop shop for all of the things that you need. If there are additional websites that you use, add them on, categorize them about what makes sense for you. That way you aren't getting caught up in a bunch of different bookmarks that you may or may not remember what they stand for. And so I encourage you to Classlink it and make those connections for the things that you use most often. Now on the next slide, it's going to kind of show you what exactly that might look like if you bookmark it to the top of your APS domain. And so when I'm in Google, and it has mine, you can't see it, but my picture is actually over there so that you know it's mine. I went to Classlink and I clicked on the little star, which adds it to a bookmark. And now it's at the very top of my bar anytime that, that I'm in Google. So I don't even have to go to my.aps.edu. Classlink is right there as my very first bookmark. So you can see where it says APS My Apps. That's actually Classlink. I also have a couple other websites there that I use more often. So I use them probably daily. So I added bookmarks for those right there. And so by adding clicking the little star on any of the websites that you use, it will bookmark it for you and it will appear in that top bar that's right there for you. So every day when I log into my computer, I go to Google, which is my dashboard. I can go to Classlink without having to type anything in. It's bookmarked, it's ready for me right there. And I'm gonna have all my websites and everything that I need right in Classlink for me. And so hopefully that will help you to manage all of the things that you need and to put it all into one easy space so that you can get there easily and not have to really try to remember everything off the top of your head. But by adding the bookmark to Classlink and putting everything that I use daily in Classlink, that can be the website that's just always open. Hopefully that's helpful in management so that you don't have to feel like there's a whole lot of other stuff going on. To kind of finish us off today, and I know that we've already had a really long morning, so I want to make sure to give you a little bit of extra time as well. We're going to share with you just some professional learning opportunities that are coming your way, and we want you to know that this year is going to be the most fabulous year you've ever taught, and I always say that in my mind every day. But that learning is going to happen all year long. And so we want to encourage you to join us in learning. And our department would really be happy to have you. So 2 things that I would encourage you to be able to do with us today is to first, if you're interested, and I see my typo there and I apologize, to join the APS PD calendar. This way you can see everything in your calendar about what's happening and coming up. And so if you're in your calendar, there's a little spot that says to search for something. And if you just type in pd@aps.edu, it will give you the option to join into that calendar, and you'll see daily the opportunities that are happening within the district. The other thing that you can do is on the TLN website, look for the professional development calendar that way and see upcoming opportunities to learn with us. We have a monthly newsletter where we embed all of the monthly learning that happens. And so on the next slide, you'll have that opportunity to join into that newsletter. It's an opt-in resource, so you do not have to participate in that, but it does give you a bunch of tips and tricks to help you get through every month, as well as upcoming learning opportunities in both primary and secondary. So check that monthly newsletter to join with us. And if at any moment you need support or you need something to learn, reach out to the TLN team at aps.edu. We can bring learning to you and support to you in any form that you might need. So please reach out to us. We are here to help you out. The last thing to share with you today, if you are interested in joining a Google Chat. Last year we had a early career Google Chat, which is one of the forums within Google. It just appears at the side. The Google Chat allows you to communicate with each other as well as with your teacher support specialists and ask any question that comes up. So if you have a question about report cards or a question about due dates, a question about curriculum, really any question that you might have, you can put it in the Google Chat and get a near immediate response from either somebody on our team or another teacher who might have an answer for you. So the Google Chat is an opt-in if you want to be part of that. The form is linked into this slide. The opportunity for you to be part of shared drives where we can share Google Learning things, right? An option to be part of the email updates so that you'll get that monthly newsletter, as well as the grade level chats. You can opt into one or all three of those in the form connected to this slide. So if that's something that interests you, you can also mute the notifications or leave the chat at any time. And so I wanted to point that out, that just because you're part of it, if it becomes too much or not useful, you're always able to leave. And you can see that right there where you can leave the chat right there. And so we just want to make sure that you know that we are here to support in any possible way. Hopefully this toolbox of information is something that is helpful for you. I know 24 years ago when I joined APS, we did not have all of these resources and opportunities, and we want to make sure that you are aware that we are here to support, and that all of these toolbox options that we shared with you today are also here to support you. So please feel free to reach out. We are so glad that you are here with us today. We are giving you a little bit of time to get to your next session today because we know that we've kind of been back to back. So right now it is 9:37. The next session is starting either at 9:30, and some people might have already left, or 9:45, and we're going to give you a little bit of time to stretch and take a little bit of a break today. So if there's anything that you need, anything we can do to help you, please feel free to reach out, and our contact information is there for you as well. Any last thoughts, Heather? Any questions we can answer?
Nope, we're happy to stay on for the next few minutes. If you have any questions, go ahead and add them into the chat. Yes, your next session could start at 10 o'clock. That's really when the Making Room for Science starts for elementary school. And then I believe it is at 10:30 or 10:45 for the other option there. So you have a little bit of time. We built some time in for questions if we have any. The slide deck is available through that bit.ly, which I am attaching again. Unless, Andrea, you have it handy. There it is. And for those of you that do not have your APS credentials yet, we are working frantically through the technology department. So they will be up as soon as possible. If you have any questions once you get your APS credentials, please feel free to email us and we'd be happy to help you through.
I see the question from Adriana about every session to attend. The sessions are here for you, and on your sign-in sheet, just mark the sessions that you did attend. If it does not pertain to you or you have other commitments, you are more than welcome to use your time as necessary. I have a question from Daniel.
Hi, yes, I am. I'm going to be teaching AP history this next year, and I got AP certified, and the AP instructors said that we should try to do it through Canvas. Canvas is an option for you all, but is Canvas an option for us? I mean, they really feel that that's the best platform to teach the AP program. And so I didn't know if that's available for teachers to use as well.
It is an option. The Ed Tech department does offer trainings for Canvas and does allow you to create sessions in Canvas once you're trained with them. So you'll find more information on Canvas in the Ed Tech website, and sign up for support through their department to help you get started on that.
So if we already have that, we've already taught, I mean, I've taught at the college level with Canvas before. And so if we already have that and we can show that to them, then we could probably still get that for teachers as well then?
Yeah, they can bypass that for you. They're the ones that have that control. So
Okay.
reach out to the ed tech team and they can get you on the right path.
All right, because they had told me that it's only available to the curriculum department and not available to the actual staff. And so that's why I wanted to verify that.
I think the rules for AP are slightly different because they do want AP teachers to be using Canvas. So just let them know what your situation is. And I believe they will make those available to you as well.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome. Kirsty.
I've got an odd question. I was a sub last year and I took quite a bit of PD. Is there a way to get those records
We're going to get started at 10 if you need to give yourself a little break.
attached to my permanent full-time record?
Did you log into those through Power Schools?
Yes.
Then it should be included on your ID number on your transcript. And if not, we can problem solve that for you.
Okay. Well, it's because I have a totally different new number now that I'm a full-time employee.
Yeah, we should be able to merge those two accounts together. If you'll shoot me an email, heather.summers@aps.edu, I will help facilitate that conversation for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I know I'm, odd in that regard.
Oh, I think your situation is more common than we think these days.
Thanks, Heather.
No problem. Hi, Timothy. What can we help you with?
Hi, thanks. Say, I have had some trouble getting a Clever login. And some of the things that I've found, like some of the math things, ask you to sign in with Clever. And I'm not sure what that is, and I'm not sure how to get one.
I am going to drop into the chat our math district support specialist's email, and I would send that email to her and see if she can help figure out the Clever situation.
All right. Thank you.
Her name is Tammy Gaudette. And that is her email address. Any other questions that we can help facilitate?
It looks like Jacqueline rose her hand, Heather.
Jacqueline, what can I help you with?
Oh, can you go over again how to sign up for the PD, what do you call it, notification?
So you are going to, this form is linked right here in the slide deck. If you'll click on that, it asks you for all of the information that you'd like to be added onto to opt into. So you can opt into shared drives for resources, or chats for more up-to-the-minute communication, as well as our newsletter options.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No problem.
For those that are here, Heather, I was just going to say, you guys were such an awesome support last year.
Oh, thank you, Christina.
So, if you guys haven't taken advantage of this chat group, it is so worth it.
And like Andrea said, you can turn off notifications. If it gets to be too much, opt out and then opt back in when you feel like you get your head above water again. But we really are here to support you and do whatever we can to help this be a successful year for our teachers and students.
Yeah, there were just times where it was, and it was so nice to know that there was someone else at least able to hear what was going on. Yeah, Viola, we have to wait for our APS email before we can join them. She put it in the, asked the question in chat.
Yes, you do have to wait for your credentials. They should be up and going in the next couple of weeks. And then we will definitely get you right in. So I am the one that's adding those emails directly in. So just fill out the form and I will get you in 24 hours probably. Valerie, question.
Yeah, once will we get just a link or something to our regular email
A link for what?
when you're ready for us to use our credentials? I'm not sure how I get that set up.
But actually, I'm not 100% either.
Heather, I was told by tech
Mhm.
that HR does it, and if our contract starts on August 4th, they hope to have them active on August 4th.
Okay.
But if not, then we can call tech.
Okay. So that is a pretty standard process, but I don't know how they notify you that they're up and going. My guess would be your email is going to be valerie.zink@aps.edu because that's the typical format that they're following right now. And so I would just start checking that, see if you can log in that way with your email as the beginning of the year quickly approaches.
Well,
how do I log in? Because I don't have a password that I know of.
no, last year, tech/HR sent us an email to the one that was in our HR file.
Okay, that sounds good. And I think I might already have it. I just don't know how to get to it unless my principal's just guessing because she sent an email to valerie.zink@aps.edu. Because I saw that and my current one in the list. So I guess I'll just wait and cross my fingers. Thank you.
No problem. Valerie.zink@aps.edu is an email that exists. So you should have access. Look in your personal email to see if HR has sent you something.
They have not.
Okay.
I've been checking it like maniacally because I want to get ahead on some training because I really don't know any of the APS systems. So I was, yeah, go ahead, Christy.
Valerie, to set up your password, you go to the tech page and there is a reset password link. You have to use it first.
I go to the APS website.
No, the technology website in the APS.
Right. So I can go ahead and try that then, right? If
Go
she
ahead
says
and
it's
try.
Yes.
So APS, then find the technology, do a reset password.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, that's so amazing. I'm very excited. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Any other questions for us? Okay, I'm going to kick you guys all out. So